front door rule. A concept, a word invented only by me, because I'm probably crazy, and this makes up the entire game. It's sick. The front door rule, by definition, it means that you leave the nightclub with the girls out of the front door at the end of the night, okay? That you transition from in club space, social space, party space, back out into reality space. When your entire focus of the entire night is to leave the club with a girl, not to attract the girl, keep her attention, control her, impress her, or attract her, any of that shit, when that is your focus shift, then you take so much pressure off yourself when you're in the interaction and when you're in the nightclub itself. So when your only goal is to leave at the same time, it's very, very simple to have a good time, to not worry if the girl walks away, to do reapproaches, and to have more fun. Massive, massive pressure off. But it does mean pressure on when I want you to get out of that front door there at the end of the night. It's like absolutely fucking urgent to leave at the same time. With the front door rule though, the reason why we focus on it so heavily is because that is like the one fixed variable in the entire club, is that everyone in the club except staff, everyone in the club has to leave the club social venue at a certain point in time. Imagine like an hourglass that is 100 meters tall and 100 meters wide, okay? A massive funnel with just a simple, tiny inversion point. Everyone in that nightclub at the top of the hourglass needs to filter down through this tiny point to get back out to reality. And admittedly, inside of the nightclub, the girl has more value. The girl gets more attention. The girl is the fucking boss, okay? You're of value, but she's a boss. Outside of the club, you're still of value, okay? The best game in the world, as we say. But then she becomes like kind of fluctuating value. Boss, like of value and worry. Okay, she gets fluctuating value outside of the club, back in real world. In the club, everything's geared towards her. Back in the real world, it's back to normal, okay? So she's a subordinate value to you. You need to be the guy to know her both in the club space and outside of the club space. If you can simply walk girls out of the front door, even if you don't barely fucking know them, you'll literally get laid and have better interactions 4 times more than what you were doing before. So many people think it's all said and done if you leave the girl in the club. On her own, nah, you've got to leave the club with her. Guys, I'll walk out with you. Smoking? I actually might go anyway, so... Thank you. Another huge thing to note about the front door is that you might play your entire game completely innocently, really low-key, really chill, only focusing on familiarity, not even focusing that much on details, and you start putting all of your effort toward the chick at the end of the night. The question that you need to be asking yourself with your physicality is not, who are you escalating on? Forget all of that. The question that you got to ask yourself is, who are you leaving with? Even if you're leaving with a girl who's probably not going to sleep with you, which is usually the most likely case of the screens anyway, if you want to get a solid number, a solid contact, a solid follow-through, if you want that girl's group to know you and approve of you and encourage that girl to go and see you at a later date, you need to leave the club with her, know the friends outside, and then journey your way to that thing that we call the point of no return. That is where, you walk her from the club to wherever it might be, food, restaurant, departure point, taxi, her place, your place, so on. Before we get to the actual front door rush, let's talk a little bit about your body language. Let's touch on that briefly, okay? We see this camera over here. I know that we're kind of side on, so that's good. With your body language, you want to have a nice low center of gravity. You want it to be in your hips. When you're holding your drink up here, I'll hold this one right now. When you're holding your drink up here, it makes your shoulders tight, it makes your face tight, your neck tight. That's perfect, I know it well. It makes your neck tight. when you're holding your drink up against your chest. And usually you're holding it up here because you don't want your shoulder to be bumped in a social space. It's actually way better to hold your drink somewhere between your belt and your nipples if you want to be technical. That way your shoulders are nice and loose and relaxed, okay? If it comes to the point that you need your belly to protrude, all good. If you've got your center of gravity in your hips, then this part up can express itself openly and freely, interact with people. You can breathe deeper and slower, and you can physiologically have a better sense of taking up space, okay? Think about your feet. Think about your heels. Camera number 3, you always want the weight of your body to be going through your heel, okay? Going through your heel, not the front of your foot, as we can see here on that camera, okay? Why is that? Because conceptually, again, coming over to this camera here, if the weight is going through my heels, then I can be interacting with this chick here, staying in my own space. Just think of that bucket again. Think of the big bucket which has been since removed by our very friendly Latvian assistant. When I start leaning in on the fronts of my feet, it's like the bucket is tipping over, and the girls feel that. So in all of the interactions that I'm showing you in this modern day and age, I've got my weight through my heels, and I'm kind of lending my attention to the girl, not pouring myself into her space, which is only, if the girl was to do it to me, only going to have her like lean back, feel defensive, and feel evasive. So not only am I not training myself on her with my solar plex, I'm side on, it's a with interaction, weight in my heels, sharing it with her. You know that if you were to ask a girl, if you ask a girl, what do you think of that guy? Is that guy cool or not? She will unconsciously read where a guy's center of gravity is as a literal direct gauge of how cool he is. So if you're chilling in the bar, relaxed, weight in your hips, super fucking cool. But if you're a man on a mission, leaning in and your body language is up in your face, then people are going to think that you're not cool, okay? They can tell that. It actually makes your eyes pop out of your head a little bit more, tension all through your face. It also clogs up your throat, your lungs. You can't breathe and project and resonate your voice properly. So that's the easiest quick fix, heels and hips. Think of that. Conversely, think about girls in high heels. Where is a girl in high heels' gravity going to be? I'll do my high heels right now for camera number 3. If I'm on my high heels, where does my center of gravity go? Shoulders, neck, and jaw, okay? Why? You know, you've seen me interacting all through this seminar with very charismatic, low center of gravity. Now, all of a sudden, I'm imitating high heels. Not even that high heels. I'm trying to go even higher, and it fucking hurts. All of a sudden, my face is bitch. Bitch face. Think about a girl's face in the club in high heels. She's like very kind of self-conscious, shoulders up, chest out. It makes sense. It looks fucking amazing, but it is going to give you a false reading of what her body language actually is. And if you've never worn high heels, I went and wore them once just to know what they actually mean. It's easier to walk in high heels than it is to stand still. It's easier to be mobile and moving as I'm waltzing around here with my fake bottle of champagne and my high heels on. So it's easier for girls to walk away from you than to stand still and talk to you in a bar. Empathize with that all the fucking time, and the girls will love it. In fact, the more you can talk about a girl's high heels, the more she's going to like you. Another thing about high heels is it's easier for a girl to dance and distribute the weight throughout her entire legs, not just her feet, than it is for her to stand still and just hang out with you. So if girls always walk away with you in high heels, that's why, because it fucking hurts for them to wear them for a long period of time. So if you say to a girl, your heels must hurt, oh, don't worry, I'm a fashion connoisseur, I know about these things. She's like, I know, you get it. I'm like, yeah, go sit down. I can't wait to take my heels off at the end of the night. These things mean a lot to a girl. It is true, like I said, I want all of you to pursue a state of boredom in the club. Not anxious, come into relaxation, come into boredom, but then I want you to express yourself. But the trigger to happiness will never happen to you externally. You're not going to hear your favorite song come on and be like, yay, dance floor, boys. No, that's not how we roll, is it? We get our happiness purely through self-initiated locomotion, okay? So if you ever see me in the bar, and I'll show you some clips right now, I'm always kind of bobbing my shoulders, okay? So if you're not in a good mood, there's like some magical lymph node that lives under your shoulders, lymph nodes that live under your shoulders, that if you just move your shoulders a little bit, everyone in the audience move shoulders, like a little fucking munchkins or something, that's where the smile is born. It's so weird, I know. The other one is tapping a foot. Tapping a foot can make you smile, but that I found was more of a trigger for my shoulder. So if my shoulders are moving a little bit, if I'm kind of dancing, if I'm doing my dance floor game, I'm just like, like very, very simple. But that's the trigger to it. You're never going to be in a good mood. You're never going to have physiological triggers of happiness or enjoyment unless you are the ones that initiate them for yourself. If you have posture issues, if you lean back too much, you can put your hands in front of your body and kind of correct that. If you hunch forward too much, you can put your hands behind your back, as I'm doing there on camera number 3, and you can correct that as well. If you have some issues halfway between the two, I'll often get a guy to put one hand behind his back in a back pocket so that he can then kind of bring his chest back, express himself better, and remind himself to correct his body language. That also all goes hand in hand with trying to have your eyes at the horizon level, inflating your lungs, speaking slowly and speaking properly. Okay, having one hand in your pocket allows your other hand to escalate, to hold a drink, to shake hands, or whatever it might be. Furthermore, in terms of putting yourself into a kind of a immersive state, connected with the environment state, tactile interaction is simply initiating physical contact onto others. Whether it's your friends, whether it's girls you don't know, anything. High fives, hugs, shaking your fucking wingmen, these kind of things can wake you up a little bit and snap you out of the inside of the headedness and the self-consciousness that honestly we all naturally have a little bit of when we go into social environments, coming out of a stressful environment like work, family, friends, training, or whatever you might be doing that day. I often see guys in the nightclub with their hands in their pockets. It's not bad body language. In fact, I put my hands in my pockets because I want to kind of make myself seem more innocent and more naive as to what I'm doing. So I kind of dumb myself down by putting my hands in my pockets and looking like the girl could boss me around if she wanted to. But by putting your hands in your pockets, it stiffens up your body language, raises your center of gravity, puts tension in your face, neck, and eyes, and it doesn't help. Take your hands out of your pockets, let them dangle by your side, and you're going to reset to that nice low center of gravity and expressiveness through that like strong stalk. So with body language, it's actually pretty cool. Go to the bar or go to the social space to relax. Go to your date to relax. Weight in your hips, chill, stretch your shoulders, take it easy, okay, breathe slowly, and you can have a really nice relaxed look on your face, which gets you into natural rhythm and a natural vibe automatically, okay? Only you can sabotage your own body language by getting too stressed and uptight. You can actually physiologically release it. In fact, I needed to get extensive physical therapy treatment to release my chest muscles here because I did a lot of like bench press, and also to release my back muscles so I could stand properly and have my shoulders like dangle the right way. Otherwise, for years, maybe if you ever saw my old blogs in like 2009, I was walking around like angry hunchman with angry face, even though my face was a lot younger 5 years ago. So I understand that it's pretty easy to maintain, but the point is no one's going to do it for you except yourself. Do not escalate on girls in social fucking spaces. Don't escalate. Don't pull. Don't isolate. Don't take her away from her friends. Don't show intent. None of that. No. No escalation, no isolation, no intent, no pull. Okay, how many fucking times do I have to say it? Camera number whatever the fuck. No escalation, no isolation, no intent. Don't fucking pull. Sorry. Don't escalate, don't fucking isolate, you're an idiot if you do that. You want to destroy the set? That's how you destroy the set. You want to piss the girl off and look like it? Do that. Idiot. The rage. I see guys butchering interaction. So stupid. So what then is the answer? I have no point ranting without a resolution, is there? Why? Because we use a concept called physical rapport. Physical rapport. Physical rapport. Rapport means being comfortable with somebody. I know them. I'm familiar with them. I get it. Physical comfort and familiarity. There is, of course, space for physical expression. Physical expressions. You're allowed to do escalation type things, but it's not like, I escalated, is it on now? It's more like, I escalated, that was fine, I'm fucking around, but then I let it go. I'm not doing this to try to pick you up. I'm doing this to show that I could if I wanted to, but I'm going to save my true escalation and my true kind of expressions of masculinity, intimacy, and intent. I'm going to show my true intent at front door time. Front door time. Okay? So physical rapport is what I need you to master. With physical rapport, you're doing everything to the girl that would never look like game. Never ever look like pickup. You guys are working venues, working parties, never looking like a sleazebag, and never giving girls unnecessary reasons to be defensive against you because of your physical escalations or your physical interaction. What we're doing is called social physicality, physical rapport, where everything is around the girl's shoulder blades. I've spoken all weekend, all program, about the idea of we interactions. We. So imagine the girl is standing beside me. I always want the girl to be standing beside me. And if the girl is right here next to me, imagine my arm is around her, I often will be holding a drink or kind of maybe hand in pocket, and I reach across and tap the girl on her shoulder that's next to me. Really, really good way to get her attention, chat to her, so it's like us looking out on the world together. Physical rapport as well, not just by like tapping the girl on the shoulder from side on. You can tap the girl on the shoulder whenever you're interacting with her. Any of the info videos that you've seen throughout this entire program and on my YouTube, when I talk to her, I'm tapping her on the back of the shoulder, not trapping her around the shoulders. So when I talk, I touch. Talk, touch, simple. So that way she knows that the stimulus is coming from me who's standing there next to her. Otherwise, in a noisy bar, if you don't initiate a conversation by touching a girl around the shoulder areas, which is very socially safe, anybody can do that, then she might not know where it's coming from. She might not even pick up on you that you're there, okay? Especially if you're an unknown stimulus. And honestly, she's probably not even tuned in to your type of accent. So, the other thing that you can do is you can put her hand on your shoulder. Of course, you can easily do the handshake. You can do a little sociable hug and kiss, that kind of stuff. This is social rapport. In a lot of my videos, we do this magnificent move. Let's show you 5 examples of it right now, where I flick the girl's arm around my shoulders, and I put my hand up around her shoulder blades, not down on her ass.
People are like crazy.
Good. And now I can blame you for it. Yeah, flick fan. That's the flick fan. Yeah. There you go. Just, would you look at that for play? Getting a little bit of action. You are gorgeous. You're so smart. We're trying to create a situation here where the girl's going to eventually think, this guy can escalate, but why is he only doing a little bit of escalation? I know that he can do whatever the fuck he wants. Why isn't he doing a lot of it? Why isn't he trying to pull me? We're all leading up to a concept called the inception dynamic, which is fucking magic when you know how to use it. Early on, establish physical rapport among the shoulders. Embrace and hug, let it go, to show that you've established a physical connection. Only do this with girls you want to game. Beware of doing this with girls that you're not really that interested in, or girls that you don't want to mislead. Otherwise, they'll think there's tension and chemistry there when you don't, and you'll have like leads that can interrupt you from getting hotter girls in the group, okay? Keep your hands to yourself, or even put your hands behind your back sometimes if you're talking to a chick that you don't want to lead on. Now we talk about physical expressions. I want you to use physical expressions very, very sparingly. Let's go back to our good old-fashioned graph of the night, okay? So this is like, make it a little bit thinner. Imagine time of the night. We're coming into the club at 10. We're leaving the club at about 3 a.m. And this is like the intensity of physicality, all right? intensity of physicality. Nice. When you meet the girl, around about, we'll say 11, you meet the girl, you're just chilling. A low level of physical rapport. Your shoulder's touching her shoulder. You put your hand around her. I often as well kind of lean my shoulder back against hers and whisper secrets. Early on though, okay, and this is like a little bit to scale up until when you leave the club at the front door. Early on, I want to do something kind of expressive. Perhaps I'd be like, pleasure to meet you. You're so exciting. Oh my God, I love you. And maybe even pick her up off the ground. Early on, I could do something else like I shake her hand, put her hand then onto my shoulder, then dance around once and be like, enough. I might shake her by the hand, put her hand over my shoulder, like both her hands on my, kind of up around my neck, and be like, oh, is this a high school dance? No. Okay? Other times, I always use this one because I'm Australian and you can do the same. I'll shake her by the hand. I'll then flick her arm around me and drag her in. I'm like, can you just stay here and not go anywhere? I'm like, no, we're in a social space. We can't stay there. Another one that I might do is I might get her to wrap herself fully around me and hug her and embrace her tightly. Like, you're like a koala on a tree getting high. So nice of you to be here. You're like a little koala. Just hanging out there. Other physical expressions that make a really good, strong impression early are a thing that we call the brush and lead. Pretty subtle to do. You want to look a girl in the eye. Let your hand, while you're making eye contact, let your hand run down her arm, take her in the hand, and then lead her a couple of steps out of the pathway in the club where people are kind of bustling around. Like, move her out of the way. Always try to include the friends as well, but lead the one you like by the hand, the others that you're not that interested in by the shoulder, okay? Usually, maybe she's on her own. Maybe you're just kind of positioning her near her friends out of the pathway of other people. And you can do the brush and lead, facing the girl on the outside of the arm, taking her by the hand and bringing her towards you. Or you can be like, turn and go, brush her down the inside of the arm, hit the hand, hit the fingers, and off you go again. A little note on the anatomy of the arm, okay? Let's roll my sleeve up and show you how this works. It's kind of funny. There's safe zones and there's bad zones on a girl's arm that you can interact with. The hand, safe, sensitive, resilient, go for it, okay? You can hold the girl by the hand, high five, handshake, wrap your fingers together, that's all good. Do not grab a girl by the wrist. It's so bad, never fucking do it. I see videos on YouTube of pickup artists grabbing girls by the wrist, dragging her in and holding her forcefully there. It hurts if you ever do it to a little girl's wrist. It's basically like coercion, like controlling somebody against their will. I believe that's what it is. And I've heard cases of that kind of shit in Las Vegas as well. It's not fucking good. What's funny though is above the wrist, in the forearm, the fleshy part, you're actually allowed to grab a girl by that part of the arm. That's kind of weird. Grab is a strong word, but get a girl's attention by that part of the arm and even maneuver them around. My colleague, my former colleague, and now Tim from timsfreedombusinessblog.com, he invented the move called the claw, where you touch a girl on the forearm, you kind of stop her in her tracks and be like, hey, who are you? It's the weirdest, most powerful pattern interrupt I've ever seen. You take the girl by that part of the arm, look her in the eye, and she's like, huh? And even you can kind of grab her by the arm and bring her towards you. Because there's a good sense of resilience and kind of like an insulation around the girl's boniness on that part of her arm. And it feels, as a guy, it feels very strong. And for a girl, it feels kind of like right. I don't know how to describe it, but if you take aim at this part of the arm, sometimes you can lead girls around that way. And it's very sensual, masculine. I'm not an expert in physiology, but it's good. Aim there. What's bad, don't go between the elbow and here. For some reason, grabbing a person by the bicep and lower tricep sucks. Don't fucking go there. But the shoulder again, leading a girl by the shoulder, leading her around that way, putting your arms around two shoulders, getting her arm around your shoulder, that's magic, that's totally safe, that's totally innocent. And if you had your arm around a girl's shoulder or her arm around you, another girl couldn't go and say to you that, hey, you're a player, you were hitting on that chick. So, by that same token, don't put your hand on a girl's lower back or around the hips early, because again, you're showing too much intent. If you show intent, yeah, the girl might feel attracted, and yeah, the girl might like it, but you're then going to generate so much defensiveness and evasiveness and like skepticism from her that's going to make it a lot harder for her to be pulled by you later. So, some strong physical expressions early. You could even try to kiss her on the neck. You could massage her hair. You could maybe express yourself by like touching her around the hips, but these are expressions, not moves. It's not, this is so fucking important, it does not equate that the more you touch and escalate on the girl is the more that she's going to like you, okay? It's like drinking. The more you drink, the better time you have. No, you want to keep a happy buzz. If you overdo it, if you do 10 shots at once, if you give the girl 10 physical moves at once, she's going to think that both you're crazy and you're way too over the top. You're going to get blown the fuck out. So you want to limit it at a low level of physicality from meeting to leaving, but once in a while, imagine this is the graph of the night, we're back over here. Once in a while, you might want to kind of spin her, dip her, save her. You know, when I was at the bar with the Norwegian, I'm like, oh shit, we're at the bar, let me save you. Are you growing up from a different town?
I'm from
Be careful, let me save you. Oh shit, I got you, it's okay. What's really good on a date is when you're walking through a crowd and you don't really have that strong sense of physicality yet. You're about to cross the road like, oh, let me save you. Haha, my bad, just joking. Don't make these moves and then look at the girl in the eyes and be like, hey, was that a good move? Did you like that? Was that good? Am I getting somewhere now? What we're trying to set up here is a precedence where the girl knows that you can make moves and begins to wonder why you're not. She begins to think, he can do this and he's right here with me. Why isn't he rushing to get me now? Nothing's stopping him. You want to create a tension where she starts escalating on you, and if she's gaming you, if you set it up so she can game you, then you'll get so many girls all the fucking time. And more than that, you are going to be so different as an experience as a guy to her than every other guy who's like, I want you, 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 I want you. Girls do like it, but they then have a lot of resistance at the end of the night. We used to be so fucking sharp at escalating, pulling, isolating, and basically swindling our way into isolation and intimacy with a girl. But once they're there, nothing is to say that the girl is going to have sex. In fact, she's like, well, you got me here. How the fuck did I get here? No. Slow the fuck down, buddy. You did every step of this process. A girl is not going to have sex with you if you don't let her do some of the process as well. You have literally, what, like 4 hours in this time frame? 4 hours from meeting to leaving. It could be 2, it could be 3. 4 hours of rapport where you want to kind of like be a drug dealer with your physicality. Be like a drug dealer. Give her a taste of the good stuff and then make yourself available at all times. And then when they really, really, really want it, give them a little bit more. And then withdraw. And then up the prices, up the ante. Make them almost desperate for it. And then it kind of, every time you do a little bit more. So for example, if you have physical rapport with a chick, and you're going all throughout the night with her, and she really wants to make out, and she's getting more and more into you, instead of making out with her, instead of like satisfying the tension and the desire, instead of going for the make out, kiss her on the neck as an expression. Be like, come here, neck kiss, lips all around her neck, ear, like the nape of her neck. And after that, step back, put your hands behind your back and be like, no, not here, don't tease me. This is way too much for public, okay? Because what you want to do is you want to set up so that the set goes longer. If you go for the make out or do too much physicality early, they'll feel literally overwhelmed, a little bit slutty, and so turned on that they need to get the fuck away from something that they want to have sex with that quickly. I know that I could probably do more physicality quickly and effectively than anyone in the game, equally as much as anyone. But there's no point. You want to keep it on simmer until you can basically go all the way at an after party, at a hotel, or on a date. Okay, so I want to edit in a little compilation of a whole range of different kind of over-the-top physical expressions that are only expressions, that are not a causality for the girl being attracted to you or the girl liking you. These are all things that you can do to show that you're free to do whatever the fuck you want, but you really want to stagger these and do them only once every 5 minutes or more or longer, okay? Why are you asking me stupid questions? Hey, get your shit together. Keep it together, woman. Keep it together, keep it together.
This is like...
Drink your beer, get up.
Like the shortest part of...
Hey, wait. They're getting to know each other. Come here. They're getting to know each other. Just stop for 1 second. What's your name? Get up.
My name?
You didn't tell it to me, and it's in a different language, and I can't hear it in a loud nightclub. Use it against me. Why do you want to use it against me so much? I just want to get to know people. I don't live here. When it comes to making out with girls that you're meeting at parties and nightclubs, it's better to not make out with them, because that way you're going to set up a situation where you actually leave together. If you start making out with a girl a lot in a social situation, what that's going to do is make her friends defensive against you. It's also going to make her feel kind of satisfied, and if you get too caught up in the makeout, then there's less kind of personality connection in a verbal sense. So I try to hold off on the makeout as much as possible in a social space, because it disconnects me from her friends. It kind of like satisfies the tension, and instead I want to have tension building. Physicality, neck kisses are the intermittent physical expressions. So by the end of the night, the girl is like, I want you to kiss me. I want to be kissed. I don't know why you're fucking around. So you're really letting it bubble and simmer and warm up as a function of time as the night goes on. And the brilliant phrase to channel that idea is to say, not in public, or we shouldn't, or I don't want to do it in front of your friends. Even if the girl's totally fucking down, really make her almost be pulling you in to want to do it, so it's like she's winning you. I can't stress it enough. It's like all you've got to do is be there, build familiarity, and be a relaxed, naive, smiley, masculine lump, okay? In terms of man to a woman, this is a phrase that gets thrown around on the internet a lot. I've never thought of interacting with girls as a man to a woman, because to instruct yourself to talk to a girl like a man to a woman, it implies that you're not a man. Okay, it's like you're at the risk of not being the man that you are. Like, what the fuck? Like, do you need to yell extra? Do you need to be dominant extra? The fact that you're calmer, chiller, deeper voice, breaking rapport tonality, evaluating her, judging her positively, validating her positively, that you already are a man. The fact that she reacts more to you than you do to her, and you can initiate physicality, and your stature's bigger, that's all fine. So don't overcompensate your body language or any of your verbal skills or your escalation to dominate and prove that you're man to woman. In fact, my image of a man to a woman is a gentle giant who could literally pick her up, pull her by the hair, rip her clothes off and fuck her. A gentle giant who has control over his power, who uses it in well-measured ways to escalate at the right time, okay? Creating tension and poise. That's man to woman, like gentle giant waiting for the right moment and letting this little physical brew of tension happen between you and her so that she gets so worked up and literally so turned on that she's dying for you to have sex with her when the opportunity presents itself. In fact, it's actually a blessing that the reality is that if you meet a girl at 1 a.m. at a social situation on the weekend, that you literally physiologically can't get into a motherfucking bed until about 3 a.m., if you have, 3 hours of time spent together and you don't do any significant escalation until you're in the end zone, until you're in a place of intimacy where you could actually have sex with a girl, that is just time for you to play with the tension. Embrace takeaway. Make her guess. Make her wonder why you're not doing more, okay? It's good. It's kind of bad if you're at a party, like at somebody's house where there's a bed right nearby. It's almost like a false trap to try to pull the girl into the bedroom before she's ready, because then she's going to be defensive. It is actually really easy to set up a situation by tempering your physicality, by teasing her by what you could do but you don't, so that she really wants it more, okay? You have 3 hours to work with, so work with the full 3 hours. What's really fun with physicality as well is you can kind of mock and imitate the girl's posture and body language. They do a lot of funny stuff. Like one of my favorites is this thing called the seahorse, where when a girl laughs, she's like, we've got camera number 3 over here. I'm just interchanging the numbers of the cameras as we go. The girl's like, this weird like T-Rex seahorse kind of thing. And if the girl is doing it in front of you, all of a sudden her head finds herself in the groin. And if you really want to be a smart ass, you're like, oh, the seahorse, awesome, come on down, and kind of put your hand behind her neck. Don't use force, idiots. They're like, oh, seahorse, and they laugh even more. Whoosh, down she goes. Like, oh, I thought you wanted to. Write down that phrase. I thought you wanted to. At the other times, they can laugh and they turn their butt to you. And then you can kind of have like one hand on the hip, one hand on the upper back. And the friend's like, what the fuck? I'm like, oh, well, she was presenting. What the? I didn't do this. Also, if you call the girl out on her physicality, the way she's standing, like super judgmental, and literally mimic her body language and some of her verbals, like, we don't want to talk to you. Buy us a drink. I'm wearing high heels. They just literally try to mock her. It makes her super self-conscious. It's funny, when girls put on all their makeup, it's literally like a war suit, and they take themselves so unnecessarily seriously, especially when they're in conditions when they're dealing with the unfamiliar and they feel that emotional stress. So if you kind of mock them a little bit and they bump into them and kind of break that pattern, they relax, you're showing that you're goofy, and they are allowed to be goofy as well. I mean, that's going to tie in really well. If you're doing some goofy expressions early on to break the tension, to show that you're not trying to manage her impression of you, then you set a precedence of goofy where you actually can go and do a whole lot of other physical stuff intermittently, and she's excited for it and she expects it. And the pickup becomes more like a fucking wrestling match and fucking around, and then you can withdraw at the right time. Okay, we haven't spoken about other guys contending for the same girl that you want up until now, because it really shouldn't be an issue. It shouldn't be an issue. If you like a girl and another random guy who's not your friend, who you don't owe anything to, if you both like the same girl, then the contest is on. There's 2 conditions that he is going to approach the situation with. If the guy is playing by the rules, if he's being socially well adjusted, if he's being polite, if he's being respectful to everyone's space, if he's not freaking the fuck out basically and getting aggressive, then you can easily beat that guy for that chick. The key ways to out-game a random guy is with physical rapport. Flick that girl's arm around you, create physical rapport, create that connection, and what I would do in the interaction that I'll show you as an example is I will talk over the top of him every time he starts speaking. So I'll wait till he speaks, then not cut him off, but muddle what he's saying and finish what I'm saying strong so he doesn't, okay? My great-grandparents are Scottish. Yeah. It'd be really nice. We can have some haggis and walk around and take in the scenery. Does that sound like a nice date?
It does.
So she'll pay for it. It'll be good.
I can pay for it. I'm a photographer. No, but you're rich. Are your parents rich? Do your parents have a place in the hand? It's easy to outgame a guy by having with rapport and physicality, physical rapport, rather than what a regular guy usually does, having at the girl physicality, which is only going to make her evasive and defensive, overwhelmed and uncomfortable. So that's easy enough. The other really, really easy way to beat another guy to get a chick is by being a guy who waits longer, okay, who's more patient, who's willing to go from like 1 a.m. till 2:30 a.m., only 90 minutes, playing a reapproaching game, just not going fucking anywhere, and literally standing there and making it awkward for everybody involved. Really not that hard to do. 100% of the time, if you have better physicality and you're willing to be more patient, not even that good game, just holding the fort, chilling the fuck out, and being there up until the end of the night. You guys know the front door rule, whereas the randoms of the world will have no idea about the front door rule. If you do it that way, then there's no way that he's going to stick around and be that patient, okay, if you're owning him on those two fronts. Furthermore, what you can say if there's another guy is you can just throw it out into the open, like, hey, you know what? I really like this girl. I think we have got a future here. I think the tension, the chemistry, the sparks are flying. Oh my God, okay? You can cock block me if you want, but that would just be a bad move. I would just feel so sad going home alone, whereas, you know, we've made so much progress now, okay? But like, I've had a crush on this girl for 5 years. So amazing. She's just my type. That way you kind of put it out in the open. You put it out in the open for other people to hear as well. His friends, her friends, and your friends, and it puts all the pressure on him that you're kind of on top of the situation and he's not. So the other condition when there's another guy is when a guy doesn't play by the rules, when he gets aggressive, confrontational, or kind of pushy. So I went into this interaction in Austin, Texas, and there was guys there in suits, like not suits, but like cowboy suits, you know, like plaid shirts and like trousers and weird stuff like that, cowboy boots. And I went in there, and I was super normal and super cool, and I was like, hey girls, nice to meet you. Hey mate, what's going on? I'm working here this weekend. And the guy, this Texan guy, was super defensive. He's like, oh, are you making up your accent to get some attention from girls? I'm like, no mate, I'm from Australia, I'm from Brisbane. Have you heard of it? And he's like, oh, why don't you back the hell up? The girls are like, dude, stop being so weird. He's just normal. And the guy, this Texas guy, I think it's like their culture. He stands in front of the girls, between the girls and me, and he's like, you're not welcome here. You're not from around here. I'm like, what can you do? What the fuck can you do? So what I do, I look the girls in the eye, and the girls are like, he's an idiot. I'm like, I know he's an idiot. Yeah, that's how it goes. And we make good eye contact. We smile. And he's like overprotective, and he's doing it out of this massive scarcity. He's like, I don't want to lose my chicks. In fact, that same weekend, I was winging my student with what was really like a pig of a girl. It was so weird. My friend was talking to a regular chick, nothing that exciting, and I spoke to her friend, and it was weird that she actually looked really, really awful. Short, like unshowered, unkempt, really bad acne, kind of old, like 30 years old. And I thought, yeah, why not? I'll go chat to her, be friendly. She doesn't look very sociable at all. When I spoke to her, I didn't touch her. I was being very chill. I even had like a very healthy personal space because I didn't really want to game her. And then while I was talking to her, this massive, big American dude, again from Texas, cap on backwards, he looked like educated and wealthy. He came up from the crowd, pushed people away, and shoved me back into a group of other people. I had to like hold onto them to like not fall my fucking ass on the ground. And he grabbed the girl by the fucking hand and dragged her out of there. So obviously it was his partner or his girlfriend. And I was like, hold on, what the fuck? He is dating a chick like that, and he's that defensive that anybody speaks to a chick like that. That's like an extreme case of scarcity. I don't want to lose the girl that I've got type of thinking. Like, what the hell? So if the guys are acting out of scarcity, let them act out of scarcity. They're going to blow themselves out. They're going to look pretty stupid, very self-defeating behaviors, and they never have a chance with the girls anyway. There was one other situation that happened to me recently where I really learnt a lot, okay? I was in a club, exclusive high-end club in London. I was doing the 4-week natural program there, and my girlfriend and I go to the club, and obviously we live together, we sleep in the same bed, we're really, we're very, very close, she and I. Now the thing is, when we go to the club, we need to get like 5 guys in, and so we need promoters to help to get us in. So the guy who gets us in is a friend of my friend, this big Italian model. He's got blonde hair, he is built, he's got a beautiful fucking face, he's got a six-pack, he's taller, better, and bigger than me. He's amazing, okay? He is a very, very good-looking guy, and he's the guy who gets all of us in. So there's no way I could ever be disrespectful to that guy, especially while I'm doing the program, okay? So he's got to be the boss, otherwise my business and my livelihood is in trouble. That same night, my girlfriend was bringing her friend in from Sweden, who's basically her lesbian lover, okay? She's 19 years old. My girlfriend's 22 years old. They're both stunningly hot. They're both like dangerously hot. And here I am, committed to the guys, the 3 guys that I'm working with that night. So the girls are in the club. The promoter is in the club. And we're all kind of hanging out. All good. I don't even know the promoter that well, but whatever. The girls start making out violently. Around about 2:30, and by the way, the club kind of closes at about 3 and this VIP section opens. At about 2:30, the girls are really, really drunk because everyone gets them drinks at this private club. I am still working with my guys, and I'm committed to my guys until 3 or about 3:15. At about 3, the 2 girls are having lots of guys hit on them. I'm letting them do what they do. My good buddy, who's my friend called Audrey, is looking after them. But then at 3, Italian guy decides he wants my girlfriend. He's gonna get my fucking girlfriend. And of course, as far as I'm concerned, in the club she can't be my girlfriend. So now we have a situation where I need to fight for my own girlfriend in his club. This guy's the head promoter. So he goes up to my girlfriend, who's making out with her friend, and he wraps his hands around her body and her waist, and he's feeling her ass. She's wearing a very short cut dress. He's feeling her hips, and this guy's very, very good. He's actually done every single principle that we've spoken about so far, although he's showing a shitload of intent unto the girls there in the nightclub. But also, it doesn't really matter. He can do whatever the fuck he wants in terms of intent, because there he is the fucking boss. He's taller than me, he's bigger than me, and the girls are trapped by his 2 big arms at the bar making out. And I'm standing nearby, and I really can't do anything. So I'm like, oh, fuck. Ultimately, what's going to happen is she has to go back to my bed at the end of the night. I know that. That's fine. Also, my girlfriend is so drunk because her friend is there and everyone's buying them drinks in this exclusive club that I actually can't really speak to her as her, okay? Her friend has been on a plane and buses and shit for 4 hours. She quickly gets drunk as well, so I'm not really speaking to them as people. So it starts going down. I finish with my students for the night, and I basically have to battle this guy for my own girlfriend. I go back nearby and I kiss my girlfriend on the cheek. She's like, Alex, save us. So I stand between the 2 chicks, and both chicks make out with me. They make out with each other, they make out with me, and the big Italian guy doesn't move, okay? Fair play to him, he's not doing anything wrong. Anyway, he holds my girlfriend by the hand and takes her away, and then his Italian friend with curly hair, call him curly hair Italian guy, he takes my girlfriend's friend to this exclusive room that I can't easily get into without somebody's help. So off they go. He's strong, he's moving through the club, he's taking her away from me, and at no stage I'm not worried about this, but I've got to kind of enter the battle because I think my girlfriend's a little bit detached from reality because of the events of the night. Also, he's putting he's got her arm around his lower back, he's putting his hand up her skirt, touching the insides of her legs, and I don't really care about that because I know that it's not sex. I know that she loves me. I know that she knows how all of this works. She's a gangster and she's amazing, but I don't like seeing that. And I know that he's getting more and more turned on and spurred on, and she told me later that he had a massive fucking boner. Where the fuck do you draw the line? So, what I'm doing is now it's the ultimate battle for my own girlfriend. So I do exactly the same as him, hold my girlfriend's hand, and then I put my hand basically into my girlfriend's crotch without like breaching it. But she's like she loves the attention. And I love, okay, for you guys with girlfriends in the future, I love it when my girlfriend's getting attention from great guys. As long as they're not like creepy or invading her space, I want the hottest, coolest, most important guys to be giving my girlfriend all the attention in the world. Is she going to fuck them? Absolutely not. She fucking lives with me in my bed, and she spent the entire afternoon saying that she loves me. So I'm in zero way worried about losing that. I have like months of amazing memories with her. This guy has like 30 minutes of amazing memories with her. In my mind, it would take like a week of isolated time with her before he started to outweigh me, or even have a chance of outweighing me, or even have a chance to start showing up on my girlfriend's emotional radar compared to where I'm at, okay, the depth of connection. So I'm not stressed. I have loyalty. I have the best fucking game in the world, and I never doubt that. And that is very, very important for her always wanting to come back to me never having that doubt. I mean, what is there to doubt? If she does anything with this guy, she's literally gone out of my life. Gone, dead, not dead, but the relationship is dead is what I'm trying to say. So, the curly hair Italian guy is like, okay, bro, we will have an after party, because I'm holding one of the hands of my girlfriend's hand. He's holding the other one. I'm kissing my girlfriend, and this guy's trying to kiss my girlfriend's mouth as well, okay? It's like two gangsters. I'm like the short, intelligent gangster, literally versus like some Italian blonde Hulk. So my girlfriend's turning away, but the guy's, he's like Italian persistent. It's quite a thing to behold. I pull her away, I full on make out with her, I then make out with her friend, okay? Now I'm looking after the friend, which is, she's not as tall or as glamorous or as confident as my girlfriend, and he keeps like whisking her away. Keeps trying to make out with her, keeps running his hand around her groin, okay? It's not cool. Italian guy, curly hair, is like, let's have an after party. I'm like, okay, let's have an after party. Let's go to my place in Covent Garden, but you guys got to bring 3 girls. So it's like, okay, there's us 2 guys, the 2 Italian guys. We're going to bring 3 chicks, and there's me and the 2 Swedish chicks. So we all pile out of the club. The Italian guys are very pushy. They do the front door rule so fucking well. They like, everyone has to kind of leave anyway, so out we fucking go, we get our coats. I have eye contact with my girlfriend. She's like, get me the fuck out of here. When we get back up to the road, they order an Uber for like 8 people, which I didn't even know was possible. I'm like, fuck it, we're getting a taxi. So I take the girls, 2 Swedes, lead them to the road, and Italian curly hair guy with another girl comes with me, and they want to get in the taxi as well. Black taxi, 5 people can fit fine. We get into the taxi. Both girls are sitting on my lap. The Italian Hulk runs up the street with 2 other chicks, and I'm like, get in the next taxi. By all means, come to Covent Garden, okay? Realize as well that my Swedish girlfriend's friend had arrived like an hour earlier, and she'd been drinking on the way over too. So 5 of us get in a taxi. We go to Covent Garden. None of us have any cash to pay for the taxi. The Italian guy with curly hair, the girl that he's with, she's Brazilian, doesn't speak English. She pays for the taxi. Me and the 2 girls go inside. I'm just being naive through all of this. Naive, I don't know what's going on. When we get to the door, my girlfriend yells at the guys, like, who the fuck are these fucking cunts? Get them the fuck out of my face. She kicks the door closed in their face after they paid for the taxi, and after these are the guys who get us into the fucking club. We've given the instructions for the other people to come to the after party. And I'm like, hey guys, sorry. These girls are literally lesbians. They're literally lesbians. They haven't seen each other for so long. And she lives here with me. Okay, we're roommates. And you guys are welcome to come up. Curly hair man and Brazilian. And your friends are welcome to come up as well. So please be my guest. I'm really sorry about the girls. You know, they're young, they're foreign, they're drunk. Forgive them. It's crazy, but forgive them. Come on up. So I say it in Swedish. Girls, go up to the bedroom, lock the door, don't let anybody in. Because I know that the Italian Hulk is about to arrive in my fucking home and try to have sex with my girlfriend in my own bed while I'm there. So, and we can't break the guys. We can't break the ruse, because if we do, then we can't get you guys into the clubs in the future. So he comes over with 2 other girls. My girlfriend and her friend are in bed having loud, audible sex, like screaming sex, orgasms, like, ugh, like those girl noises that they make. Out in the living room, I disconnect all the audio equipment and turn on every light we have, and they're bright blue lights like these ones here, like halogen bulbs. So there's a girl who doesn't speak English, the Italian guy, then the other Italian guy comes over with 2 other chicks, and I'm just standing there. There's no alcohol. I kind of swept all the alcohol away except for a bottle of Jamisons. And I'm like, Jamisons? 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 Like, just whiskey, Irish whiskey, blended whiskey. And then he comes over and he's like knocking on the door to go in, but it's locked. Okay, so I'm like, now my heart's fucking racing because the girls are like naked in bed. And this guy is a boss. So now I'm just going to freeze all of these 5 people out. No, 2 guys, 3 girls. So I'm just hanging out there. There's no music. The girls are having sex. The big Italian Hulk is sitting in the middle of the living room on a little chair. Like, what the fuck is going on? I'm like, yeah, no music. The girls have it in the room. They haven't been together for so long. They haven't caught up. And the girls who they bought start freaking the fuck out. They're like, guys, Italian guys, this is really fucking weird. What are we doing here doing nothing? And I'm just like, I don't know. And the Italian guy, he's not, at no stage is he angry towards me, is he aggressive towards me, because he has so much fucking abundance. He is like, I've never seen so much abundance on a guy before. He can fuck anyone that he wants in one of the best clubs in London, that he doesn't hate me for going for what I want, because that's his life mindset as well. And how can I hate him for going for what he wants? Because that's my life mindset also. So the good thing is, when you've got that much fucking abundance, that guy, honestly, he brought 3 chicks who were also gorgeous to my house, who he would have happily encouraged me to have had sex with if he could have a go at my roommate, who is actually my girlfriend. So that's how the abundance works. So he played by the rules, but he played fucking aggressive, and I learned a lesson. My girlfriend was like, yeah, he was fucking hot, he was fucking awesome. He's not you, Alex, my love, my Elskling, but we learn a thing or two from that. I'm like, girlfriend, did you feel fucking hot? Did you feel wanted? Did you feel important? She's like, fuck yeah. 2 of the hottest guys I've ever seen chasing me, being me, you know, she's like biased, obviously, and that guy, that was the best shit ever. Eventually, after 15 minutes of sitting there doing nothing, like literally listening to the clock tick, and the girls feeling weird. In fact, the girls made a move on me as well, like, we like your place. Come and stand with me. We'll take a selfie, blah, blah, blah. They finally piled downstairs into an Uber. I turn all the lights off. I turn the music on. I make sure they can hear it from down one level in the street. I play like, I can't feel my face when I'm with you. Then, it's funny, I turn that on. I crack a bottle of champagne, which I pull out of a ice bucket down the bottom. And the girls fly out of the bedroom in their lingerie. One's going down on the other. And I'm like, well, this is fine. I didn't expect to have anything to do with them because they're like lovers. And the next thing I know, one's going down to the other's going down the other. There's fucking dildos everywhere. And they pull me in. I'm just like sitting there enjoying a bottle of champagne. Like, this is great. I'm a very visual guy to begin with. And then full, like, awesome threesomes the entire fucking time. So coming like again and again and again, one of the best like sex sessions I ever had. And then while we're having sex, one of the students from the program, Nathan, comes over, has sex with the girl loses her virginity, then all of us come out, the 3 of us, all like naked, and we're like, good work, keep having sex. Like, he's like giving her head, and then the friend, who we believe is a transvestite, is like coaching them how to do it, and also like hooking up with the girl who Nathan's having sex with at the same time. They steal my fucking IDs and credit cards, and I'm like, what the fuck is going on in my life? I don't know what it is, but it's fucking good. So, moral of the story here is the abundance, okay? When you have that kind of abundance, I like it because it like challenged me to keep it together, not doubt myself, not freak out, and be equally as decisive but playing by the rules. It was a good kind of measure of where I feel like I'm at in terms of self-trust, masculinity, and leading of the chicks. Such a good experience. And then to end with the threesome itself, fucking yeah, good stuff. Everybody always asks us about dance floor game, okay? How do you game a girl on the dance floor? I never, ever, ever game a girl on the dance floor. I never see a girl on the dance floor and go over and approach. If a girl is on the dance floor and kind of dancing and grooving away, and I want to coach a student how to do it, I get them to ask a question about political issues. For example, what do you think about the immigration crisis between Hungary and Serbia, or wherever the fuck it is right now? And they can really like stop a girl dancing and get her into a political conversation, which is kind of funny and weird. However, if a girl's dancing on the dance floor, I'm not going to stop and interrupt her from what she's doing. I might dance nearby and enjoy it, make eye contact, and then reconnect with her when she's off the dance floor. Or when I'm doing things properly, what I'll do is I'll go around, meet a lot of people before they really get in the mood to dance, meet a lot of people before it kind of builds up the energy in the entire night. There is, unfortunately, no skill to it, unless you're actually brilliant with your balance and your physicality, and you know a little bit of dancing itself, even like modern contemporary dancing. It's just not the kind of thing where I've ever seen anyone ever in all of reality, in any program, in any consciousness, roll over to a girl, do something that makes her want him, and then all of a sudden he leaves with her or wins her over on the dance floor itself. If it's a crazy, drunken, like 20 and under type situation, maybe everyone's like, yay, I just want to make out with strangers. But you can, on a dance floor, you can get attraction and you can have physicality. But like I said, girls go all the way home with guys they're comfortable with, not guys they're merely attracted to. So dance floor game, to think of it that way, it doesn't really make any sense. What I'll do is I want to have gamed people, and then when the music is on, I want to dance with them. I want to be the guy who makes them comfortable or looks after them or who fends off the weird, creepy guys, the kind of guys who say, I want to know dance floor game, who stand by the side of the dance floor and watch the girls at their hottest gyrating and grooving around, like shaking their ass, shaking their chest, which looks really good. So if you didn't actually know it, DJs have a tactic where they play 3 good songs in a row, then they play 3 not so good songs in a row. That way people get pumped up and dance, then they don't like the music, then they leave the dance floor and they buy drinks. So that being the case, when you actually kind of pay attention to it, you'll see girls will dance for a little while, then they'll go smoke because they get basically overheated or more likely over-creeped. But it's such like instant gratification thinking in a bad way to think, I want that girl on the dance floor, pick up coaches, show me how to do it. Okay? Honestly, we've tried by going in, tackling them, leading them by the hand. We used to have this maneuver called the Velociraptor in Chicago, okay? And guess what? Yes, I was the one who thought of the Velociraptor. Okay, so, and it was funny because when we did it, it was me, my former colleague Derek, and my former colleague Brad. We would kind of stalk around like velociraptors, and we see a group of 3, and we have a little huddle, and I'm like, okay, when we make a noise, when we make velociraptor noise, you take one to the far side of the club, you take another one to the far side of the club, and I'll take another one to the far side of the club, okay? So it was like this fucking retarded coordinated attack, and we'd be like, I remember it so clearly in English in Chicago, and we'd be like, go! So we'd swoop them across to like far corners of the bar. They completely lose each other and they're like, what the fuck is this? This was cool, but okay, what the fuck are you doing? Where the fuck are my friends? And then I get the girl alone and I'm like, oh yeah, what am I doing here? I don't know what to do now. That was long before infill video as well. So there is a concept called sexy girl dance time, which we're going to get to in a second. But the trick, if you want to approach girls on the dance floor game, the best thing to do is to either wait till they're off, use eye contact, smiley faces. Don't impose yourself in their space. Try to share it and enjoy it with them. My only line on the dance floor is something to the effect of, I love music, or I love dancing, but I suck. Don't judge me. Okay, like, girls do love a guy who knows how to dance, even if it's not that fucking well. I mean, this is my dance. Like, yay, 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 woo. Like, just chode, full fucking chode. And what that can do is that can build up a familiarity which you can transition when they go off the dance floor to the bar or to the bathroom, whatever. If somebody said to me, Alex, do everything you can to get that girl on the dance floor, if I really, really wanted that chick, what I would do is dance next to her for 3 hours. That's what I would do. That would be my game tactic. I'd be like she would go through a full range of emotions against me as well. Like, who is he? What the fuck is he? He's funny. He's cute. Now, what the fuck is he trying to pull? Oh, whatever. He's fine. I'm just like, front door at the end. That's it. That's what I'm thinking. Okay. I want to talk to you now about leading, and a little bit about leading around on dates. Like I said, we don't want to lead for the sake of isolation. Instead, if you're going to be doing leading, you always have to assume that it's going to be in a situation where you're leading a girl and her friend. You want to be the kind of guy who wants to keep the group together so long that the group is the one that tells you to leave with their friend. It's easier to do that. It accelerates the sex because it's the friends who are telling you to leave in isolation. So if you're leading your girl anywhere, you're leading her friends as well. I love the images of like walking home from nightclubs, walking to after parties, where I'll have one girl on my arm and her, aesthetically left of center friend on the other arm. I never used that expression before. And we're walking back to the after party. I'm like, gorgeous girl and friend, come to the after party. I'm holding both of their hands. One girl might have a boyfriend. One girl might be my target or my decision for the night. We're walking home together. We go to the after party, and so many times, I'm thinking back to Tokyo, Japan now, I'd walk 2 chicks home. My friends would walk chicks home, and what would happen is they would leave me with my girl at the after party, and they would go home. They would go and take the train whenever they needed to, and they would encourage me. I was like, I was doing it for the group, or we were doing it to kind of show the group that we came together, rather than me trying to lead and steal her away, okay? You know, sometimes, say for example, if logistics are against you, and you need to make a move as quickly as possible before she leaves the city or you go on holidays, sure, go for broke, rush it, try to get her into isolation, try to get her to your hotel room, try to do what you got to do, but realize that with that kind of rush will come defensiveness, and it's going to be very, very clear that you are on the agenda to fuck, not the agenda to connect, okay? The big concept that you want to realize at this point of the program is that sex is a fun part of your relationship. Okay, you're building a relationship, whatever form it takes. I don't know, friends, casual, sexual, whatever it is. Sex is a part of the relationship, not the pinnacle of the relationship. It's a part of the relationship, not the pinnacle, not the goal of the relationship. And if you can downplay it that way, it'll come to you that much easier and be that much more enjoyable, okay? And the girl won't be that defensive toward you about it. So, with the leading, there really is no need to lead anywhere in a social environment. There's really no need, other than to pull people out of the way of a busy area. If there's a really good place that you want to go, a smoking area, a different lounge section, a different bar where there's easier to get drinks, a place where you can kind of sit and chill out, a good view, that's when you want to go brush down the arm, lead by the hand, lead them across the bar, bring them together. Or like oftentimes I'll say, you hold her hand, you two, you three, come with me. We're going upstairs to the other bar. It's way better. I'm thinking of a bar in Calgary right now. So in doing that, you want to keep everyone together. But when it does come to the front door, that's when you want to be like downright motherfucking aggressive about leading. I use the word aggressive. Why? Because it's just a bad idea to stand outside the club milling around like you don't know what you're doing when somebody needs to make a decisive decision and go, bang, we are going to the taxi rank. We are going to a restaurant. We are going to somebody's house, okay? That's when you want to like make executive decisions and start implementing that 4 times rule. The best way is to lead. I really like this one. I almost have to get a volunteer to do this one. Vashko, do you want to volunteer for a little bit of physicality? Here we go. Mr. Vashko, what a legend. So when I'm leading in the club, we're on camera 1 over here and we've got camera 2 over there. The way that we do it is it's kind of like this keyhole maneuver. Okay, so in slow motion, reaching in, cocking your arm, and then off you fucking go. Okay, that's how you do it. Okay, so in the heat of the moment, I always hate leading bearded men. Like, boom, let's go. Boom, like that. Okay, take them by the wrist, and that's quite a strong move. Okay. The other brush and lead to show you that again is like, okay, let's get the fuck out of here. Boom, go. Okay, go. You got some rubber shit on your wrist, so it makes it a bit trickier. Okay. Girls love it as well. The other one can be if it's face to face. Stand in front of this camera so they can see your arm. Face a little bit more face to face with me. Cool. It's on the outside of the arm. Lead. Let's go. And you're backing away and leading her with you. But the key is that one there, okay? And then you can really lead her around and do different things. Another good one, if we get back to back, like this one, is you take the girl by the hand, get it behind her, like that, and then off you go wherever you want to go. Okay, so thank you, Vashko. Have a little seat, good shit. And that's the way that I'll lead the girls around. It's pretty basic stuff, really. You can even be like arm in arm, Titanic style, classic. When you're on a date itself, the arm-on-arm thing is good. Think of Leonardo DiCaprio on the Titanic, and he's got the girl's like holding his arm almost formally. When you're on a date, You meet up with the chick. I mean, you've already got the girl one-on-one on a date. She already knows that you have the best game in the entire world, or at least you think that way, which is important. And you meet up with her, give her a hug, wrap her up, say it's a relief to get away from work, school, finances, study, gym. Kiss on the cheek, establish physical connection at that point. Then just let time be your ally. Really simple. Walk around, do whatever it is that you want to do on a date. If it was me and I had to go on a date tonight, I would want to take my girl to a cafe, drink a glass of wine, and show her some of my photography and edit photos in front of her. That'd be fun. I'm like, here's how I do photo editing. Let me take one of you and edit that, because I think it's kind of relaxing. Or I'd take the girl to watch a movie, or I just like going for a walk as well. Simple as that. Maybe watch a movie on my iPad. Maybe watch a movie in the hotel room. Whatever it might be. I just like relaxing and not using my brain. Time is familiarity. And familiarity means intimacy. It means she relaxes, she opens up, and she wants to do things. So in terms of leading, you don't need to do a whole lot. But when you're on the date and you're moving from A to B, what's really fun is as you're moving through space is to kind of nudge her into oncoming people or kind of nudge her into door frames. And it's fun if she kind of fights back. So there's like a door frame coming up, you're walking side by side, and you kind of run her into it. She's like, what the fuck are you doing? I'm like, oh, I saved you. I saved you. You're okay. I've got you now. So there's that one. And then when you're on the date, I really like to sit side by side to the girl so our elbows are kind of bumping and we can be whispering and sharing the experience together. I like to keep it casual in that way. Otherwise, I figure that once I've got the girl in isolation, on day one, we're one-on-one, she wants to be there, I want to be there, there's no way I can fuck it up. I mean, she does want to have sex unless she's got her own issues. The only thing that I've got to remember is that I can't expect a girl to fuck on the first date. That's fine with me. I'm going to really enjoy my time, include her in my time, and I want to show her where I live or where I sleep or where we could have sex so that she can rationalize in her mind the next time that I see her that, hey, we didn't have sex at the first opportunity, we didn't rush into it, so it's totally cool if we go for it at the second opportunity. And that's totally cool as well. Sometimes you get unlucky and the girl might be on her period at the second opportunity, you've got to wait a little while longer. No big deal, not the end of the world. Annoying, sure, but what's good is it forces you to focus on the aspects of her personality, which makes her like you that much more, and you actually like her for who she is, okay? So I try to put it out of my mind because it's not something that I can control. I'm going to talk about the front door rule when I talk about the entire process in the next module. But say, for example, you leave the club and whatever screening you didn't work out and you have nothing or nobody to leave the club with. When you get to that front door rush, you have what's called gutter game. Okay, we call it the gutter game, okay? That's where something called beast mode is actually applicable. You're out in the club, everyone's kind of a little bit irritable, a little bit tired, maybe a little bit drunk, maybe a little bit angry because their high heels hurt, probably malnourished and hungry. And in that situation, when you're at the end of the night, and I always think of it this way, where are we here? If you're trying to do approaches in this period, it's like you can't get rapport. You can't get rapport. So you can get attraction, but you can't get comfort. And if there's a girl in the club who really wants to go out to meet a guy to get something happening, she usually will have locked that down well and truly beforehand. She would have set something up, and you really should have been there at that time, say from 11 until, 3. She's usually trying to lock that down. So by this stage, the blue stage over here, you're kind of like picking up the scraps and being opportunistic. So you're probably going to have to compromise the standard of girl, the logistics of the girl, and all those kinds of things. In my experience, we have done a lot of pickup during the gutter stages, okay? During the end of the night, cold approaching and rushing it for the best. Sometimes you get lucky, but it truly is only getting lucky. No amount of extra domination, physicality, aggression, or whatever is going to suddenly make the girl so comfortable that she wants to go home with you and have sex with your dick, okay? So there is you'll be able to attract a lot of chicks, and maybe you'll be able to go on instant dates, but it's almost like the girls morally will not agree to fuck somebody who only wants to fuck them for fucking. They want to kind of have the component of you taking some time to understand who they are as a person first as well. And I understand that perfectly fine. I mean, however, if you do strike it lucky and the girls are in town on holiday, or you're in Vegas, or you're in the Mediterranean, and it's like they're dancing, they're fucking crazy, they've been running away from guys all night, but they rush out onto the street and like, who here wants to do something, then by all means go for it. But really, it's kind of like luck of the draw, whereas everything else that we've been doing and the process that I'm about to explain to you, there is a real skill to that and a decision-making process and a control where you can get feedback, whereas just trying to rush it at the end of the night, nothing much happens with it. If you've been in Vancouver, in the main street there at the end of the night, I forget what it's called, Grenville Street, I think? Yeah, it is Grenville Street, pretty sure. Everyone's spilling out there onto the street at the end of the night. 6th Street as well in Austin, Texas. We have spent years of doing boot camps there at the end of the night, running around, doing literally hundreds of approaches with decent enough game. And in my experience, 100%. If I'm rounding to the nearest 0.1%, 100% of those approaches fail. I, for one, have had an experience where I did pick up from Gutter Game in Austin, Texas last year, and actually my student approached, and he approached a little bit too intent, too much direct game, rolled up on a cute little chick, and I stood behind her out of her line of sight. And he put the intent onto her. And she said to my student, "Who is that guy who you came here with?" And because I was indifferent, she was interested in me. Now, my student, because he had this is so fucked, it's like a catch-22. He made the approach, so he appeared that he wanted to have sex. Then she diverted to me, and she was interested to find out who I was. And this girl was really nice. She had green eyes, olive skin, like light brown hair. Really cool chick. She was from Seattle. And she approached me, she even put her arm around me, and then she started kissing me on the cheek straight away. So she kind of like gutter gamed me, much to the dismay of my student who made the approach on her. I'm like, what the fuck? So he then stepped back because he wanted to see me demonstrate. I'm like, well, okay, whatever. He had actually asked me to do more demonstrations. So she makes out with me, I make out with her. He's like, you guys have fun. I'm like, okay. Because I don't know what his reasoning was, but he thought it was cool that value itself could pull the girl rather than the approach. But who's to say that if I was the one who did the approach on the street at the end of the night, if I was the one who did the approach, maybe she would have been put off by it. What I did then, because obviously, yeah, I like having sex with like hiking type girls from Seattle. I'm like, okay, so where do you live? She lives like in a hotel in the opposite direction to me, 4 blocks. She asked me, where do I live? I live in a hotel the other direction, 4 blocks, like 8 blocks. So I'm like, okay, cool. You're fucking hot. You're fucking cool. Let me be the one to walk you home so I get to spend a bit of time with you. Maybe I'll kiss you a little bit more. Maybe I get to hold hands with you. And she's like, yeah, I would like that idea. She had like this kind of weird hippie voice. But she was like this, this like cliche outdoorsy type chick. Cool. So my plan is to walk her home, and I genuinely am happy to walk her home and that be it. I mean, that's all I have the right to control. So I walk her home, I'm gaming her, I'm qualifying her, I'm statement of motivationing her, I'm statement of empathying her, I'm reminding her how me getting a chance just to spend 15 minutes with a girl at the end of the night has been so good, because what my story is that I always go out with guys who I work with who helped me to set up business, so it's kind of like rude of me to break away. So I walk her home. She's like, I really need to pee. She goes into the hotel room where her parents are staying. I'm like, good idea. You go in, come back out, have a cigarette. I know that she doesn't smoke, neither do I. Then we'll kiss a little bit more, and then it's not a far walk for me to take off home. It's good as well that I'm just hanging out there on my own, that she has a chance to go inside, go to the bathroom, see her family staying in a family room all together, and then for her to think to herself, you know what? This guy hasn't tried to fuck me. Hold on. Why? Why not? He's staying in a hotel. Why didn't he try to walk me to my hotel? Now, meanwhile, yeah, I'm kissing her, I'm stopping, pushing her up against the wall in a polite way, like lifting her up against the wall, makeouts. Then I'm backing off again, showing that I'm not a little bitch, but I'm charming at the same time with physical expressions. She comes back out. She's like, oh, by the way, is there anyone staying with you at your hotel? I'm like, nah, no one's staying there. It's really nice as well. It's like by the river. Not even that nice, just like whatever. And she's like, well, do you want to check it out? I'm like, well, I have to because I stay there. And I'm like, I was even thinking about getting a taxi because I couldn't be fucked to walk that far. And there'd been taxis going past the whole time. She's like, well, would it be easy enough for me to get a taxi back here? I'm like, yeah, it's like $10 US, which it actually is in the United States, not 50 fucking pounds here. So we go over to my room. No resistance, full naked. She wears my cool hat that I bought in New York. Yay, no resistance. And then I'm like, why did you go for me and why did you not go for my student? And she's like, you know what? I went out tonight and yeah, I was thinking about maybe having sex with a guy. I thought that'd be fun. I'm on holidays here to see my brother play soccer from Seattle. But every guy, I would try to do her voice, every guy that spoke to me, they were like trying to fuck me. And I was like, dudes, can you please at least pretend that you're not trying to fuck me? It was such a brilliant line. Please pretend that you're not trying to fuck me. What did I do? I pretended I'm not trying to fuck her. And I fucked her, right? Made sweet love, right? And I'm like, oh yeah, do you know? And I said to her, you know, like, of course I wanted to fuck you from the very beginning. All I wanted to do was like take you home and go down on you. That's all I wanted actually. Didn't even want to bang you. She's like, well, worked out good for us, didn't it? We were kind of like high five, cool shit, have breakfast, send her home, go back to work the next day. So a good little experience. And an example of gutter game, which I purely just got lucky. She was out there to get laid, and only by luck did no one not fuck up so bad that she got to go home with them, okay? She must have been pretty put off by the idiot Texan guys in dirty 6th Street at that time, okay? I know I'm going to be doing the 4-week natural program there this year. Can't fucking wait. I'll see you guys soon. Jake, that was a set that we did.